Hey, what's up, y'all? It's been a while, but apparently I've been a bad boy. I clearly did the unthinkable. I had on Barbara O'Neill and Jax talking about, natural health and easy, simple things you can do, like what I'm doing right now, like sitting in the sun, deep breathing, grounding, all those things. Talking about those things, and that video was removed, so clearly I was not cool. I do find it a little bit curious that the day prior, I actually had on Dane Wigington from Geoengineering Watch, the guy that basically made this sweatshirt right here. You ought to check him out. Had him on the day before, and we were talking about every true conspiracy that exists out there, but the only thing they did was just tank the video, made it so it wasn't so available. But anyway, who would have ever believed in a million years that having Barbara O'Neill on would have gotten me banned for a week? I'm still trying to process it. So my first, when it first happened, I was like, what? Is this even possible? And then they kind of they don't tell you why it actually happened, but they kind of lead you to the places. So, hey, it probably started right here. So basically, it was the entire episode. I've interviewed other people, like Dane Wigington a couple of times, Nathan Reynolds several times, and, Scipio from Dispatches from Reality. All of those people that I interviewed there, I thought for sure I had a pretty good chance of getting those videos taken down, but it never happened. But Barbara O'Neill, for crying out loud? Well, what's the difference? Why would they allow me to have these other people that you're told to believe are conspiracy theorists, but somebody like Barbara O'Neill, and then prior to her, by the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't point this out. Prior to that, I had Jonathan Otto on, and he was talking about something that's, I guess I can't repeat it right now, but he was talking about something that when you don't have that sun or when it's blocked out because of stuff like this, alternative ways in which you can still, get the benefits of it. And they took that video down, although they didn't give me a strike and take me off. Well, what's the difference? And Michelle had a really, really solid theory as to why that probably happened. Why did you take down the videos of Jonathan Otto and Barbara O'Neill, but you left up the ones with Dane Wigington, Nathan Reynolds, and Scipio Eruditus? Why? Well, the difference is Dane and Nathan are talking about things that largely people will probably dismiss as, quote, conspiracy theory, which, by the way, American public, learn to say the word conspiracy without throwing in theory. You're just falling into the CIA trap. I can give you the whole history on how those terms came about, but I digress. The difference is Barbara and Jax, they're actually telling you things, easy to do things, that can inoculate you from the things that are almost certainly going to happen in the near future. Because honestly, there wasn't a thing on that show that was discussed that I haven't already talked about before ad nauseum. So why now? Could it be that the powers that shouldn't be have some things planned, and maybe they don't want you to know how to do it? Could it be that? Because I tend to think that might actually be the case. Or maybe there are simple solutions that you can employ in your life that they don't want you to know about. Like they have a 5-day immersion event coming up. It's going to be March 18th through the 22nd. And Barbara O'Neill's going to be there. Jonathan Otto is going to be there. Jax is going to be there. They're even messing with her. They're messing with her website. They're messing with her ability to conduct business. They're doing the same with us and anybody else who's out here talking about natural remedies. So folks, if the powers that shouldn't be don't want you hearing about this stuff, maybe you might want to go out there and look into it for yourself, because there's probably a good reason for that. And it's probably with events that are almost certainly going to come up in the near future. Now, folks are also saying, well, why don't you go to Rumble? Why don't you go to X? Well, folks, I got news for you. I've tried to broadcast on X ever since I got my blue check mark. Yeah. And they've been playing games from the very beginning. And then plus, honestly, you got to be asking yourself critical questions about a place where the CEO over at X is saying you should have freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach. That statement should be as repugnant to you as it is to me, and as it would almost certainly to all of the founding fathers, no matter where they stood. That should be a repugnant statement to anybody that values the First Amendment. Freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, we got people over there like Max Egan, Stu Peters, and a number of others that have been canceled for no good reason. So it's not the free speech platform you thought it was. Same thing with Rumble. You know, I find it a little bit curious that I can go to Rumble, put in Dan Bongino, listen to it without any interruption. It works flawlessly. But put on somebody like the Dollar Vigilante, Max Egan, even Greg Hunter at USA Watchdog, and watch how glitchy those videos become all of a sudden. So all of these so-called free speech platforms aren't exactly free speech, but I'm going to use them. And, you know, this whole week sabbatical gave me time to think about, you know, how I want to use these things. Because clearly, I'm not going to be able to do live broadcasts on YouTube anymore. And if I do, it's going to be on a very limited basis. Now, this isn't retreat. To quote that Marine Corps general whose name escapes me right now, look, I don't retreat. I just fight in another direction. And that's exactly what I'm going to do on these other platforms. So I would encourage you, even though X is playing games, Rumble's playing games, I would encourage you to go over there and check them out. Or check us out over there and go subscribe. If you want to know, or check us out on Patreon until they decide to scrub us off of there. I don't know what the powers that shouldn't be are going to do. But if you tell me I can't talk about these things, look, my first initial reaction was, well, guess what? My first day back, guess what I'm going to do? Talk about all the things, and then I thought, okay, from a tactical standpoint, that doesn't make sense. But I can fight in these other platforms. So all of my YouTube, I mean, so far we're live on Rumble on Tuesday and Thursday and whatever day. But if you want to know the information about that, go check us out on X. So far, I'm able to put shorts on X, but I'm not able to broadcast live over there. Haven't been able to do that ever since I got the blue check mark, which, by the way, you pay for that. So they're not giving me what I paid for. And I'm working with their tech folks, and who even knows if it's folks. I'm probably talking to a chat bot or something over there. But I'm paying for a premium membership over there, and I can't seem to go live. But like I said, I'll use those resources. I'll use those resources until I can't. So folks, my first day back, and I just want to kind of give you a sit rep of how it's going to go from here on out. Basically, I'm going to use YouTube as the teaching platform it's always been. Look, we're not going to engage in the things that a lot of other people do out there to try to get views. If you tune in, great. We're not going to be doing the trad wife thing. We're not going to be doing the, buy these 5 things or you're going to die thing. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to do what we have been doing, and mostly using it as a teaching platform. But if you want to know what I really think and what the guests that I have on really think, go check us out on Rumble or check us on the audio platform. And you can find that wherever you can find a podcast. So that's where we'll do it from here on out. Like I said, this isn't retreat. This is fighting in another direction. YouTube is where the eyes are right now, and that's what I'm going to use it for. And like I said, I'll be in X, we're in Instagram, we're in all these other places. That's where I post a lot of shorts and stuff like that. But I'm going to keep using YouTube as a teaching platform because the days that are coming are going to be interesting. I'll put it that way. They're definitely going to be interesting. Look, hopefully all of this was a blessing to you folks. So stay tuned. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to have to spread out the content because clearly the powers that shouldn't be don't want you to see it over here on YouTube. All right, y'all. Till next time, stay alert, stay alive. We'll see you.